Hello, my little geese. I'm Quill, and welcome back to my realm. Do you guys like being called geese? I thought it kind of fit because, like, Quill is a feather and geese are a bird. Yeah, anyways. Today we are celebrating 300 subs, so thank you guys so much. And I decided to do the 10 art styles challenge. I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, and thank you guys for finally giving me an excuse. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into it. So I'm obviously gonna start off with my style. And the character I decided to draw for the subject of most of these art styles is my character Flo from my hybrid video a while back. I just wanted to refresh her design a little bit because my old drawing is kind of a little bit outdated of her, and so I just wanted to draw a whole bunch of things in honor of her, especially since my main character Quill isn't a dragon. It would be kind of awkward to draw her in everybody else's style because they normally draw dragons. But yeah, I think that's enough for my style since you guys already know what it looks like, so let's just go into the other ones. The first artist style that I'm going to be drawing is Crystal Creates style. I absolutely love her style, and I kind of referenced her older Wings of Fire videos a lot, like her shorts where she was drawing them. And at first when I started this, I was too used to my own style that it was just looking like my style no matter what I did. But then I started coloring it, and I think that definitely made an impact on it looking too much like my style, because the way that she colors it is so drastically different from how I color mine. And it was I'm glad I started with this one because it got me out of the mindset of drawing in my style because it's so different with the coloring techniques. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of how it turned out, and let's move on to the next artist style that I decided to draw, which was Luna Gemstone style. Ever since I saw her style, I've been wanting to draw it for so long just because it's so unique and so stunning to look at. It's so satisfying the way that she works with shapes and triangles and rectangles, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I had a hard time with the shapes at first because that is also so drastically different from how I work with them. But overall, I think the sketch turned out very nice, and when I colored it, that also gave me a little bit of troubles because Luna Gemstone uses this charcoaly brush to kind of fill it in as well, not just a single brush, which I normally use. So that got me thinking a little bit too. Overall, I think it's very beautiful how I did it. It doesn't do her channel justice, but yeah, let's move on. The third artist that I decided to do was Dalmatian Ladybug style. I absolutely am blown away every single time I look at a piece of Dalmatian Ladybug's art. She can do realistic drawing so well. She can do this really cute cartoony style, which I wish I could do. I couldn't really pull it off that well. I tried to shade it, and that kind of just looked like a weird mesh between the two, but that's for later. I am so proud of the sketch that I did. The sketch was really cute. I am happy with the expression that I did because normally I'm not so good at expressions, but doing it in this style really helped me with that. But something about just the plain colors as they were didn't really look right with the style. I don't know what it was. So I tried to shade it a little bit, and that turned out worse because it just looked like I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, let's just move on to the next artist style that I'm going to be drawing, which is Golding Starseekers. Now, if you didn't already know, Golding is an amazing artist, and so I was so excited to try out her art style a little bit because I honestly underestimated it so much. It looks so deceptively simple that I thought oh, this is gonna be a breeze. But it really wasn't, because Golding does this thing where she starts out her drawings really small. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that too, just to make it a little extra challenge for me to be able to really get it to look like hers. And so when I was blowing it up, it looked so fuzzy, and It was so terrible. I didn't like it. And so I tried to overline the line art with a more clean line art. And that didn't work. So I'm sorry. It kind of just looks halfway fuzzy, halfway not. And I'm like so sad that it does because I feel like I could have done so much better if I hadn't done that. Yeah. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. It was very fun to do nonetheless. Anyways, let's go on to the next artist that I'm going to be doing the style of. That is Starred Mooney. Starred Mooney? I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'll just put a photo up on the screen. But yeah, her art style is so cool. I did not know how to do it. And so you kind of like see me starting off in like a 3/4 perspective, and I shouldn't have done that because that was weird. 3/4 is hard anyways. And so then I switch it to like side profile. And I think I did a better job after that. And Starred Mooney does this thing where she makes all of her dragons like fluffy. And I really wanted to do that because I never make my dragons fluffy and I want them to have fur and that would be cool. And so I did, and it doesn't really look as good as her fur, but that's okay. I never really draw fur. Yeah, I never do any of these channels justice. I don't know what brushes you use, Starred Mooney, but I used, what did I even use? Yeah, it was this really obscure brush in the water section of the Procreate Classic set called Wash. And I have no idea why I used it because you probably don't use it. But yeah, I used that brush from the majority of like the overlay and color burn and stuff. It was really fun to do and I really liked it. I really liked drawing in your style. The next person that I'm going to be drawing in the style of is The Wonder Portals, which she is a very underrated artist and I absolutely love her artwork. It's so sketchy, but like also so realistic at the same time. And I think I went a little bit too overboard on the sketchiness when I was doing my sketch. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go all in. And I also started it too small, and so it kind of just didn't look that good. I based it off of some of her older drawings though, which I kind of wish I hadn't done because I like her newer style more. Yeah. This kind of was a disaster for me. I did not do her style justice at all, but yeah. Basically, I did it, and I think I did pretty okay. It was very fun to do, but then when I like looked back at it, I was like, oh, that doesn't really look like her style at all. But yeah, I tried. The next person that I did was Coastal Comet style, which this one intimidated me the most out of all of them because I kind of don't really like the way that she shades her artwork. It's not anything with the look. The look looks great, but I used to do it too where I like blended it with the smudge brush. At least that's what I'm assuming you're doing. That's kind of what it looks like. And I don't know, it just reminds me of when I used to do that, and that did not make my art look good. You have a way of pulling it off beautifully, but yeah, so I did that. And also, the Coastal Comet, you have this way of knowing the muscles of dragons that I have no idea how, because dragons aren't a real thing. And so it's like so confusing to me how you actually know where like all the muscles are, where the anatomy is, and you obviously took your time to like study it. It just boggles my mind. Yeah, so I had fun drawing this because you shared the brush with me, and so I knew exactly what brush you used for line art. I am happy with the colors, and yeah. And the next one, which I've been wanting to do for so long, ever since I discovered your channel, is Kaleidoscope's style. Kaleidoscope is another artist where I'm just so blown away by how she works with shapes. And I've been wanting to like study her artwork for a while, trying to figure out how she like works with shapes, especially in the arms and legs. But sadly, these are all headshots, so I only got to do the head, which was still fun to do. I absolutely loved it, and I literally, this probably was one of my favorites that I did, just because it was so fun to work with the shapes in that way, because I normally don't give it that more, what's even the way to describe it? I have no idea. You know what I'm talking about because you're seeing it on screen. Anyways, yeah. I had a little trouble with the background, figuring out what to do with the background, but I figured it out eventually. And that is 10 art styles. But I'm gonna make it 12 just because I have some really awesome supporters and fans that I also really wanted to do their art style in. Thank you so much to Rainflower for this idea, even. And so, yeah, your art style was really fun to do. Oh, also Dragon Riders of Fantasy, your art style was also really fun to do. I liked trying to do the way that you shaded it. And the lighting in Rainflower's like eyes specifically. I love the way you do eyes, Rainflower. They're so beautiful. But yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. All the links to these beautiful creators are in my description. And thank you so much for sticking through to the very end. Thank you to my sister Chellaberry for the music that she created. She made the music in this video. And I will see you geese next time. Bye!